Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 3 plus 2 at 3, the first one. I'm going to give it a shot here and see how it goes. Thanks so much for being here. So, I got my phone here to see your comments up close, but I forgot to turn the sound off, so I was getting myself 5 seconds ago. So anyway, let's see how this goes here. I'm going to... Yes, my piano all of a sudden. There we go. All right. I'm going to start out to do a song that I call Mad Dog 2020. This song is about the year we live in. I miss being able to do this with the Doug Prescott Band. So Doug and Eric, if you're on, I know I see Eric, you're on already. Miss you guys. But we'll do the stripped down version of it. And it used to be this happy-go-lucky. I'm an old guy who made it to the year 2020, and I had to kind of change the third verse. I got a creaky back and muscles ache. Oh man, it's off to a good start when you mess up the words, the very first lines of the first song. But hey, why don't we just do it over, man? It's only live. We can cut that part off, right? I got muscles that ache and a creaky back. I got pills to keep me from a heart attack. And I walk all day 'cause I can't run. And you gotta be careful having too much fun. Yeah, this broken gear's got some worn out cogs, but at least you're ready for the sitcom chord from the 70s. I made it to Mad Dog 2020, yeah, it's here. 2020, let me buy you a beer. 2020, my oh my. 2020, how the time does fly. I'm old as hell, it's been a slog, but at least I made it to Mad Dog 2020. Ooh, 2020. I'm connected online to all my friends. I'm keeping up with all of the crap they send. Words have grown hot and we've grown cold. Buying every bit of the goods we're sold. Well, maybe someday we'll fix the dialogue, but for now, we made it to Mad Dog 2020. Yeah, it's here. 2020, buy you a beer. 2020, my oh my. 2020, how the time does fly. I'm old as hell, it's been a slog, but at least I made it to Mad Dog 2020. Ooh, 2020. Hey Eric, you doing that flugelhorn solo now? I can't hear you. You're only over there in Cary. Oh well, we'll skip that part. Here's that new third verse. Ain't we in one hell of a time? This year's years giving us a hill to climb. But we'll get back up there someday. And we won't take for granted when we get to play. Yes, I know we'll get together and we'll sing our songs, I know. We'll make it through, Mad Dog 2020. Yeah, it's here. 2020, buy you a beer. 2020, my oh my. 2020, how the time does fly. I'm old as hell, it's been a slog, but at least I made it to Mad Dog 2020. Ooh, 2020. Ooh, So, you know, it's really kind of hard when you have nothing but silence. So I got this app, so maybe I can do that ending again. All right. All right. Well, all right. Well, all right. We're having fun at our own expense. Hi, everybody. Man, I couldn't believe it when I saw that, when people were clicking going or interested. I counted 13 states. I mean, Arizona, California, Illinois, New York, Kansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, South Carolina, Michigan, Florida, Virginia, and Arkansas. Or clicked either going or just to try doing that at an open mic, huh? I mean, there's you'll never get that many people, that many states represented if you're doing something like that. Like the cup. So I'm going to do a love song, another original. Check out the comments. If somebody could in the comments after the next song just let me know how the mix is between the piano and the voice. I think it's good. I tested it earlier, but let me know if I need to fix anything there. What for? They've been asking. Can it be everlasting? After all these years. What for and whether we'll stay together. Don't you know that there's nothing to fear? 4 days without water, 4 weeks without food, 4 minutes without air, and 4 seconds without you. Would they ask why the birds fly? Why them stars at night? Why them oceans roar? Don't they know that it's just the way it is? You don't have to ask what for. If they ask what for, I'll give them a what for. It goes like this here. 4 days without water, 4 weeks without food, 4 minutes without air, and 4 seconds without you. And I guess for some folks, the sun comes up just to cast the shadow of their doubts. But I'll tell you today, we got it made in their shade. We can work it out. 4 days without water, 4 weeks without food, 4 minutes without air, and 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds without you. Thank you, and thank you for being here. I'm looking to see everybody's here. Hi, Rose. Hi, Doug. Hi, Stan. Hi, Cindy. Jeff Thielander. Charlie. Brian, Tony, Fred, Amy. Welcome, everybody, and Kirby, Eric, Kathy. Thanks so much. This is really kind of a little bit unnerving to be looking at a point, but hey, maybe I can make eye contact with the camera better than I can with a human being sometimes. Who knows? Okay, I'd like to do what I hope will be a regular part of this. I love classic country music, and one of my favorite books is this book right here. It's called Sing Your Heart Out, Country Boy. And it was originally published in 1975 by the author named Dorothy Horstman. And it was updated in the 90s, and the latest version of it came out pretty much when she passed away in the late 90s. But what's cool about this book is it has the lyrics to a whole bunch of classic country songs, but it also has a story in front of each one of the sets of lyrics from the person who wrote the song, which sometimes is a totally unknown person, not in this case, but it's kind of cool. So the song I'm going to explore today is one called Old Five and Dimers Like Me, which is written by Billy Joe Shaver. And so here's the story from this book about how Billy Joe Shaver came about writing this song. I had been in Nashville by myself for quite a while when I got back with my wife and son. We had been divorced a couple of times. She was a beauty operator, and I just went up there to the place where she was working. I told her to get in the truck and said, let's go. She gave me a hard time, but I finally got her to come to Nashville. We rented this old house out in the country a little bit. It was in pretty bad shape, but I was only paying about $50 a month rent for it. We were in the middle of painting the place and decided to go somewhere to get something to eat. We came back, and somebody had stolen everything we had except my clothes. And they were so raggedy that nobody would have them anyway. My wife sat down on the floor and started crying. And I went out on the porch and I wrote Old Five and Dimers Like Me. We were down as far as you could go. When your loved ones are hurting, and that's when you're really down. And just in my own words, I said, too much ain't enough for me, because I'll just keep on. I'll keep on going. And that's the way it worked. And this is the coolest part. I recorded the song the next day. So here's the song I'm talking about. I've spent a lifetime making up my mind to be more than the measure of what I thought others could see. Good luck and fast bucks are too far and too few between. Cadillac buyers and old five-and-dimers like me. She stood beside me, letting me know she would be something to lean on when everything ran out on me. Fenced yards ain't hole cards, and like as not never will be. Reasons for rhymers and old five-and-dimers like me. It's taken me so long, now that I know I believe all that I do or say is all that I ever will be. Too far and too high and too deep ain't too much to see. And too much ain't enough for old five-and-dimers like me. And an old five-and-dimer is all I intended to be. Hooey. I love that song. So now, the next part of our experimental program here, if I can get my piano player to cooperate. He's kind of finicky. So what I want to do, again, as part of this kind of standard setup is to do one sort of Celtic instrumental, maybe on a different instrument each time, and see how that works out. A big hi to Amy Bogart and all the folks in the Celtic Week at the Swannanoa Gathering that I've gotten to know all through the years. I'm going to do a set of contradance tunes on this flute. This flute is a simple system, 6-key Irish wooden flute. It was made by a guy named Patrick Allwell, who has a kind of a shop out in the middle of nowhere, kind of halfway between Lynchburg and Charlottesville, Virginia. Quite an experience going up there getting a flute from him. You wait a year for this one. If you want one with keys, you'll wait about 7 or 8 years. So I'm going to do a set of contradance tunes. Eileen and I play for contradances quite a bit. And I'm going to do a medley of 3, kind of just a couple of times each. First and third ones are French-Canadian kind of tunes that are standard part of the old contradance repertoire. And the third one is kind of an obscure one. The middle tune, it has a great title, The Trip to Dumpster. It's written by a guy named David Surratt. Wowee. Again, thanks everybody for being here. It's really cool to be able to look at the comments. Hi, Linda. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Wayne. And Amy. Yeah. Susan Ripley. Hi, Kevin Gosner. It's really cool to think of people in Arizona and parts unknown doing this, because if it wasn't for the times we're in, we'd never be able to do this. Okay, I'm going to do one last thing, and really thanks so much for everybody's kind attention and listening. When you're asking somebody to listen to an original song, that it's really an honor to know that somebody would actually sit down and listen to it. So I'm a big fan of Americana, and when I was working in San Francisco in the 80s, I came across this book called Roadside America, which is like in celebration of all the cheesy tourist traps that we grew up with. The mystery spots and the trees of mystery and the south of the border and Wall Drug, those kind of places. And on page 190 of this book, I came across the fact that there are two towns, Darwin, Minnesota, and Cawker City, Kansas, C-A-W-K-E-R City, C-A-W-K-E-R City, who are known because they have large balls of twine. And that just kind of blows me away. But the story they tell in a paragraph in this book, I thought really needed to have a song. So I call this song the Twine Ballad. So it's not Twine Ballad, it's Twine Ballad, if you can follow that. And I just love this story. This story begins about 1953 and how he got started. Search me. He just got it in his head, that's what we're told. But soon Francis Johnson was on a roll. And why, oh why, would you spend your time rolling away on that big ball of twine? Why can't none of you all see? It might be meaningless, but it's me. Can you imagine the work to do to get from 2'6" to 6'2"? Hour after hour and day after day. For 25 years he was rolling away. And why, oh why, would you spend your time rolling away on your ball of twine? Why can't none of you all see? might be meaningless, but it's me. He did it by himself, clear to the end. And it weighed 9 tons and stretched 11 foot 10. And people still come to see it for miles around. A monument to something you can't put down. And why, oh why would you spend your time rolling away on your ball of twine? Why can't none of you all see? Might be meaningless, but it's me. That sort of kind of seems to wrap up the song, except for the other part, which concerns a man in Kansas who heard about his quest and set about to make his own spheroid the best. But tragedy struck in 1974. It's when that Kansas man died. He was 1 foot short. But raise your glass, I'll drink to the guy who rolled the world's second biggest ball of twine. Why, oh, why do you spend your time? Thanks everybody for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope to do it